First, the top news headlines. Minister Nemcha Kipgan urges Union Minister Prahlad Singh Patel to give special consideration to development of food processing industries in state. Panthoibi Housing Finance Company Limited becomes only housing finance company in Northeast to get Reservation Act 2002 license. A very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Minister of Textiles, Commerce and Industry Nemcha Kipgan today called on Union Minister of State for Food Processing Industries Prahlad Singh Patel for special consideration for the development of food processing industries in Manipur. The Minister of Textiles, Commerce and Industry Nemcha Kipgan met with the Union Minister of State for Food Processing Industries Prahlad Singh Patel today at his official residence at New Delhi. While highlighting that fruits, vegetables, spices of Manipur have high quality and exportable unique value in the international market today, Minister Nemcha praised the Union MOS for food processing for special consideration for the development of food processing industries in Manipur. The minister also proposed for value addition infrastructure to cover all the districts of state to meet the huge demand and market of these fruits and vegetables in various parts of the world. During the visit, the industry minister handed over a proposal to the Union Minister of State initiated by the Chief Minister of Manipur and Biren for development of infrastructure in food processing industry. Commissioner of Textiles, Commerce and Industry Pradeep Kumar Jha accompanied the minister during the visit. Chairman and Managing Director of Panthoibi Housing Finance Company Limited, PHFCL, Thokchom Hemo said, PHFCL is the only housing finance company, HFC, in the entire Northeast region to get securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of security interest, Reservation Act 2002 license under Government of India. Addressing a press meet on the occasion of the company's 17th Foundation Day held today at the company office at Uripok, Taurangbam Lekai, Hemo said there are 95 housing finance companies in India with Reservation Act 2002 specified license under Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance. PHFCL is in the 16th place on the list, making it the only HCF in the Northeast state, he said. The company, which holds a big place in India's financial sector, will take up steps to expand its branches in the hill districts of the state and other parts of the Northeast. It further hopes to expand its branches in different countries around the world, he said. Rather than depending on the government, one can contribute to countries' development. A state can attain development if everyone follows the path of financial discipline, he asserted. Warning the people against investing large amount of money in financial institution without thorough research, he said, it is against the law and it cannot bring any development for the state other than creating problems. Hemo further appealed to the people to get educated on investment policy and understand the difference between public and private company.
अकोई फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर सिदा याम चुमना फाइनेंशियल डिसिप्लिन जे फजना मेंटेन तौरगा अकोई चमिनब मथौ ताई अदु नट्रिंगैदि अकोई द रिजल्ट लैरोय अदुना ngasi gi sigumlaba yai faraba numit sida aina miyam da thamjaning base hojikti banning of unregulated deposit scheme but sabe ekasi lakrabani na any financial institution ni haina linkalakpa ana linkhakiba sing hojik tawriba sing orga su deposit haiba jase amata accept tawya yadre other than ngasi gi investment policy leriba public limited company da kamai changani private limited da kamai changani haiba du kai digest tawrakanda masi koi it should be very careful.
The Supreme Court on Monday issued notice to the Centre on a PIL seeking reintroduction of the Women's Reservation Bill 2008, which provides for 33% quota for women in Parliament and state assemblies. The plea, moved by the National Federation of Indian Women and FIW, was listed before the bench of Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice J.K. Maheshwari, and after noting that it is an important matter, the bench directed the petitioner to serve notice to the Centre. The plea pointed out that the bill was not passed despite promises and that the bill and its primary objectives have been publicly supported by the mainstream political parties, including the present regime. Plan International India chapter, in collaboration with Rakit company, handed over 1 lakh Dettol hand sanitizer to Department of Education S under the Birds and the Bees Stock project. The hand sanitizers were handed over to the Director of Department of Education S in an event held at its office today. Speaking on the occasion, Director of Education S, L. Nandakumar, expressed pleasure towards Plant India and Rakit company, who had been working for the welfare of adolescents for handing over hand sanitizers for school students. The hand sanitizers will be distributed to government schools in different zones of the state, he said.
Togi Rakit company na Birds and Bees Stock haiba project asigi makhada togi Manipur la school sinda dongan ba yamna adolescent sabtu singoi ba yamna kanaraba initiative mayam ama paikat pire sida sunatana masi Dettol hand sanitizer la ama koi school angang sing kita pibirak pase masi kinamta Rakit company bu Department of Education schools kita tagi tabun khang uchari haiba hand sanitizer si ko zone singi so that distribute over school angang sing yang jangan.
State Manager of Plan International India Chapter Pradeep Jingtham said Plan India is taking various steps to address the issue faced by adolescents. The organization is working in 6 Northeast states under To Grow On initiative on the matter, he said. The Birds and Bees Stock project is targeted to reach 2 million adolescents of the Northeast. The organization distributed the hand sanitizers under the project and will visit different schools in days to come, he said.
The Birds and Bees talking makada kung si department da koi adolescent school going adolescent wala sanitizer koi don hand of to job ne ko sanitizer je koi donor hai tai koi initiative lo wi koi the Rakit company ko koi moi initiative lo wi ga moi koi hand of to wi ga koi moi kuthang da Plan India ram kuthang da department da no hand of to job.
Vendors of Wangzing Lamding Market in Thoubal district staged a sit-in protest today at the market, demanding proper toilet at the marketplace. Taking part in the protest, one of the vendors, Kundrapam Bisoria, said Wangzing Lamding Market is one of the major markets in Thoubal district. Since it is along the Imphal-More road, many people, including the locals from the neighboring village, come to purchase goods here. Since the toilet at the market has been non-functional for more than a year, vendors of the market are facing inconveniences, she added. She lamented that, despite repeated requests to Wangzing Lamding Municipal Council, no steps have been taken up so far. Bisoria further appealed to the people residing in the surrounding area not to oppose in the construction of toilet and demanded proper clarification for the disagreement.
Market Hojikti matam yamna khatre akoi moina mafam athopa amada transfer tawgi ba mafam disu yadra banina akoi naknaba lambi sorok tore ki mapan da satpa bauda prekat thelenge phai da mapan thopi gano haidana akoi awabam gi masak oire akoi karai da thokani ayuki pung taruk tagina numidangi pung taren makhai bawa bazar sida leiribani adu bauda akoi karmaina khangani akoi isa isu sengbada wayam wali
Registrar of Manipur University of Culture, L. Radhakanta, has said celebrating Teachers' Day enhances the bond between students and teachers. He said this during the Teachers' Day celebration at GM Hall, organized by the students of Manipur University of Culture. Deputy Registrar of Manipur University of Culture, Dr. L. Surjit, Controller in charge of the university, L. Dibendrajit Sarma, along with the students, attended the celebration where students of MUC performed cultural program. Speaking on the occasion, Radhakanta said paying respect to teachers is an important part of a student's life. Teachers must also treat students with care. Adding that teachers impart knowledge to the student with a dedication, he said, Teachers' Day is celebrated to pay respects to all the teachers for nurturing the students. Radhakanta further expressed hope that the observance brings a prosperous society by strengthening the bond between students and teachers.
Teachers' Day celebration is Bangkok 7 Aduga Manipur University of Culture Laidiba Asi Project Laidiba University Culture activities Mayam Sing Ama Laidiba Mayam Sing Asi Nanabagi Adugumagi Mapam Ama Nanaba Haidana
The Department of Expenditure, Ministry of Finance has released 195.50 crore rupees for Manipur as part of the 6th monthly installment of Post-Devolution Revenue Deficit (PDRD) grant of rupees 7,183.42 crore to 14 states. The grant has been released as per the recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission. It recommended a total post-devolution revenue deficit grant of 86,201 crore rupees to 14 states for the financial year 2022-23. Manipur received a total grant of 1,155 crore rupees. The recommended grant is released by the Department of Expenditure to the recommended states in 12 equated monthly installments. With the release of 6th installment for the month of September 2022, the total amount of revenue deficit grants released to the state in 2022-23 has gone up to rupees 43,100.50 crore. The post-devolution revenue deficit grants are provided to the states under Article 275 of the Constitution. The grants are released to the state as per the recommendations of the successive finance commissions to meet the gap in revenue account of the state post-devolution. Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Welcome you all to UNACO Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Welcome back. The Income Tax Department today launched raids in multiple states as part of a tax evasion probe against registered unrecognized political parties (RUPP) and their alleged dubious funding, official sources said. The searches are being conducted in Gujarat, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Haryana and some other states, they said. A coordinated action has been launched by the Tax Department against the registered unrecognized political parties, their linked entities, operators and others, sources said. The surprise action is understood to have been taken by the department on the recommendation of the Election Commission (EC), which recently struck off 87 entities from its list of registered unrecognized political parties after they were found non-existent during physical verification. The poll panel had announced that it was taking action against more than 2,100 registered unrecognized political parties for flouting rules and election laws, including those related to filling of monetary contributions, failing to update their address and names of office bearers. In a bid to revive the Grand All-Party, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi had launched the 3,570-kilometer-long Bharat Jodha Yatra today. The Yatra, which will commence from Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu, will cover 12 states. The Congress has repeatedly asserted that the objective of its Bharat Jodha Yatra from Kashmir to Kanyakumari is to ensure that the concerns and demands of the people reach New Delhi, although it may have bent backwards to delink the Yatra from its political ambitions. The message is loud and clear to revive the principal opposition party to take on the BJP in the 2024 general elections. The Yatra starts from Kanyakumari and will end in Kashmir. The Yatra will cover a distance of 3,500 kilometers across 12 states and will take about 150 days to complete. Meanwhile, a day before the launch of the much-touted 3,570-kilometer Bharat Jodha Yatra, the Congress said it is a transformational moment for Indian politics and a decisive moment for the party's rejuvenation. After days of misery, Bangalore is bracing for more than even as overflowing lakes and stormwater drains throw life out of gear. The Weather Office has predicted rainfall in the city for the next 5 days and has issued a yellow alert. According to the Karnataka State Natural Disaster Monitoring Center, widespread very light to moderate rain with isolated heavy to very heavy rain is likely, especially in Bangalore and coastal parts of the state. Meanwhile, the torrential rain submerged arterial roads, inundated post, apartment complexes and homes, snap power lines and jammed traffic. Many were left stranded on the road and in their homes. Boats and even tractors were deployed to rescue residents from submerged areas. Localities like Rainbow Drive Layout, Sunnybrooks Layout, Belandur, Eco Boat and some areas on Sarjapur Road were badly hit by waterlogging. According to Chief Minister Basavaraj Bonmai, some areas in the state capital have received 150% more rain than normal between September 1 and 5. India reported a single-day rise of 5,379 COVID-19 cases with 27 deaths in the last 24 hours, taking the tally of COVID-19 cases to 4.44 crore according to the Union Health Ministry data. Active COVID cases have declined to 50,594, while the death count has climbed to 5.28 lakh with the fresh fatalities. The active cases comprises 0.11% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate has increased to 98.70%. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 1.67% and the weekly positivity rate at 2%. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 4.38 crore. On the other hand, according to the ministry, 213.91 crore doses of COVID vaccine have been administered in the country under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. The US will continue to work with India to advance a free and open Indo-Pacific and address the challenges they face around the world, the White House said. Press Secretary of White House Karine Jean-Pierre said India and the United States are partners in many important areas including defense, vaccines, climate and tech. The two nations have ever-growing people-to-people connections, she said. Responding to a question, Jean-Pierre said the United States will continue to work together every day to deliver opportunity, security, freedom and dignity to its people. The United States will continue to work with India to advance a free and open Indo-Pacific and address the challenges both the countries face around the world. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Minister Nemcha Kiban urges Union Minister Prahlad Singh Patel to give special consideration to development of food processing industries in state. Panthoibi Housing Finance Company Limited becomes only housing finance company in Northeast to get SARFAESI Act 2002 license. SC6 centers response on PIL for 33% quota for Women's Reservation Bill 2008 in Lok Sabha assemblies. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.
एडमिशन की खुदोंचाबा लेजरे इंडिया की मनुंगदा ममिंग लेरबा इंस्टीट्यूट सिंगदा MBBS MD MS BDS तमनिंग बसिंगीदमक नीट क्वालिफाइड ओइरबा छात्र सिंग लो पैकेज तंबगी खुदोंचाबा लेजरे अमदी इंजीनियरिंग तमनिंग छात्र सिंगी ओइना IILM यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रेटर नोएडा इन कोलैबोरेशन विद IBM दा तंबगी खुदोंचाबा लेरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टूडेंट्स सिंगी दमक स्पेशल स्कॉलरशिप की खुदोंचाबसु पिजरी 7004148330 नत्रगा 7310188494 नत्रगा 8787362480 अमसुंग 038529535527 अकुपा मरोल की दमक पिजरीबा नंबर असिदा ngasi-ngasimak कांटेक्ट तोबियो क्लास 10-12 लोइरबा महिरोई सिंगना मणिपुर लेना करी तमलगा अफबा थबक फंगबा याबगी हाइबसी अचौबा वाहंग अमनी सर्टिफाइड हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल अमा ओइबा याबगी खुदोंचाबा लेरे एसएन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ पैरामेडिकल साइंसेस एंड स्किल डेवलपमेंट दा BSc अमदी डिप्लोमा की कोर्स एनरोल तोबियु मणिपुर यूनिवर्सिटी अमदी पैरामेडिकल काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया दा एफिलिएटेड तौरबा इंस्टीट्यूट अमनी मतिक चाबा स्टूडेंट दा जॉब प्लेसमेंट की खुदोंचाबा अमदी इंडस्ट्री कनेक्शंस पिजरी BSc इन मेडिकल लैबोरेटरी टेक्नोलॉजी BSc in radio imaging technology, diploma in medical laboratory technology, diploma in radio imaging technology, diploma in ophthalmic technology, diploma in physiotherapy. अकुपा मरोल की दमक ngasi ma call tawbirau lengsin birau aikhogi institute nongmaibung purana raspberry